Years ago, oh, got to sit up so I can see you. Oh, got a bit of thing on my t-shirt. Years ago, there was a book called Lady Chatterley's Lover. Right, you may or may not have read this. It was very controversial at the time because it posited a relationship, a sexual relationship between the wealthy and the poor. It was that kind of, ooh, naughtiness, Lady Chatterley's Lover. Because she had a bit of a thing for the gardener who had, a rather impressive parsnip. Now, utilising his rather impressive parsnip, the book managed to upset the public and it managed to upset the powers that be. The same powers that be today who would censor that which you watch and which you see and which you read and which all that stuff. There was a great thing in the court case that followed where the judge said, and this absolutely illustrated the inability of the elites to see what life was like for everybody else. And this judge said about the book, imagine what would happen if your servants read it. Right? That said everything about that judge. I can imagine people in the court were going, did he just say? Did he just say he did? Yeah. What did he say? You know what he did? What? He said the entire population was incapable of distinguishing between a book and reality. Yeah, he did, didn't he? That's what he did, right? What he did. Something like that happened recently. What was it happened recently? Oh, was it? Oh, yeah, Keir Starmer said that a huge majority of the population were far-right thugs. If you don't think that's the same type of thinking as we've got now, then you're living in cloud cuckoo land. Cloud cuckoo land, right? They're about censorship. They're about control. They're about making you feel like you're not responsible for your own life. That's all they are about, That's the far left for you, right? That's all they're about. And now they're rattling on about censorship. Well, this person's written this, and we ought to take this down, and X are going to be fined at the wazoo. We've got that European chap who told Musk to behave, and then the European chap got his ass kicked by more European chaps. It's all terribly exciting and really quite fun watching them go at it. We've got an Olympic lunatic bloke who's going to sue J.K. Rowling and Elon Musk, and in doing so, he's going to have to out himself as a bloke, which he is, a bloke, right? This is all going on in the sort of the elite world. It's all happening up there with the elites, and it's all good. Nothing's changed. Imagine if your servants read it. Nothing's changed, not a thing. They still think like that. They still think they're superior. They still think they're better than you are. So here's the conundrum I think they've got if they're going to start censoring media, and we've been through this before. Those of us that were around in the 1980s can remember the video nasties scandal, in which we had to rate all the videos because they, some idiot called, I think his name was Graham Bright. Gareth Roberts would know, I'll put money on it, right? Some idiot put together clips from some of the worst films ever made. They were terrible films. And then showed it to Parliament, completely out of context. And Parliament went, we must censor these videos. One of them was a really cheaply made video about Nazis torturing people and midgets. Well, they were torturing midgets. I don't know why they were doing it, but they were. And there was one scene where a woman was supposed to have been being tortured by rats they put the metal over her, and then the rats would eat her stomach. And then when they took the metal off, it was just 4 guinea pigs they painted black, sat in a tomato soup can, in the contents of a tomato soup can. This was how bad these films were. But it led to huge censorship, to the extent where even the film Old Yeller, which was Disney, about a dog, had to cut 1 second. It was that insane. That's what they're doing again. So I don't think there's anybody in this country, and I'm damn good at media, for those of you that know me, I'm damn good at media. I can tell you now, I am damn good at it, right? But even I don't think that between something like Oppenheimer, which is an extraordinary piece of not just film, but communication, an extraordinary piece of our history at one end, and at the other end, some absolute shit beating his kids and uploading it onto YouTube. That's a whole spectrum between those two things. Do you really want to give other people the ability to tell you what's right and what's wrong? Or do you want to make those decisions yourself and be an adult? I know which I think, but it's what do you think? You tell me in my whatever's below. I'm on the road today with the having a chat. That's because I've been with Warrior Teachers and it energises me every time. I'll see you later. Go on, you do something for God's sake listening to me.